Good morning, everyone. Our devotion to be discussed this morning is titled, The Nation Without God is Dead. Our reference text is found in Ezekiel chapter 29, verses 6 to 7. I'll be reading in the King James Version. All the inhabitants of Egypt shall know that I am the Lord, because they have been a staff of reed to the house of Israel. When they took hold of thee by thy hand, thou didst break and rend all their shoulder, and when they leaned upon thee, thou breakest and madest all their loins to be at a stand. In verses 6 to 7 of Ezekiel chapter 29, Israel was exiled in Babylon, and Ezekiel gave a prophecy from God so that the people of Egypt will know who and what God is and who will take care of the people of Israel. According to the author of Believer's Bible Commentary, Old Testament William MacDonald, whom I heard personally at Emmaus Camp Mabolo, Malolos, Bulacan, but I don't remember what year it was, and it's taught in Ezekiel chapter 29 to 32, which I quote, prophecy against Egypt, judgments to come to Egypt with nation in the Bible is a picture of the word, especially as being without God. And Ezekiel 29 verses 1 to 21 talks about the general threat against Pharaoh and his people. In verses 1 to 5, Pharaoh is compared to a crocodile in the great Nile River. This crocodile is proud but short-sighted. The peace are people of Egypt, all are to be punished by God. In verses 6, 9a, Israel asks Egypt for help. In verses 9b to 12, because of Pharaoh's pride, the land of Egypt will be desolate for 40 years. Ezekiel chapter 29 verses 13 to 21, then God will gather the people, but Egypt will never be a great kingdom again, and Israel would no longer look to it for help. Verses 13 to 16. Nebuchadnezzar had worked hard besieging Tyre, but received no wages for it, because the people fled to the island fortress with their possession. Therefore, God will give him Egypt as his wages. Verses 17 to 20. In the day that Nebuchadnezzar received Egypt as his pay, God caused the horn of the house of Israel to bud forth, a revival of power of which we have no other mention. And Ezekiel declared God's message to the people in verse 21. The seventh and last nation in this catalog of judgments is Egypt. This seems to be the most severe judgment of all. Without the river Nile, Egypt will be dead, and one would expect its people to cherish life. But no, Egypt is the land of death. Its most famous book is the Book of Dead. Its greatest monuments are the pyramids, where are huge tombs. Its king built small palaces, but he used sepulchres, and they were embalmed to enjoy their time in the grave. The heart of the Egyptian is quite unimpressed, facing death, full of self-assertion. Therefore, judgments had to come over Egypt, which nation in the Bible is a picture of the world, especially as being without God. In looking to Egypt for help, Israel had leaned on a broken reed. Verses 6, 9, 8. Egypt received the most severe judgments because it was unreliable and untrustworthy. If we as a believer have this character flaw, with the Lord's help, we need to change. He is the character-changing business. Again, good morning and God bless.